And the SCOTUS decided, made it very clear that border enforcement is a federal obligation. So for states anywhere in the United States, local places included, to resist and obstruct the federal government's ability to enforce our borders, there should be consequences for that. The president is absolutely right to send in the National Guard if states like California and or Illinois are so committed to their sanctuary status and unequal protections that they will allow people to fly foreign flags in our nation while literally pointing strobe lights into the eyes of ICE agents. The federal government has to take a stand to get law and order and let people know that you can fly your foreign flag in your homeland, but you cannot come here and be unlawful and try to harm our law enforcement agents.
Look, I've been asked to speak to the committee. I'm happy to go do so. I'm happy to tell them how we here in Illinois have laws on the books that are a result, by the way, of their failure in Washington to deal with comprehensive immigration reform, to have immigration laws that are appropriate for letting people in who will work for a living, who will follow the law, and so on. We have many people who are in the United States today who may not have the proper documentation, but they've been here for decades following the law. They're good neighbors, they're good people. We need immigration laws that allow for those people to stay and for violent criminals to be thrown out. I think it depends on the questions that they ask. Certainly, I'm not there to lecture to them. I'm there to take questions from them and respond to them. Presumably, the theory is that they're having this hearing because they'd like to learn more about what we're doing in the States. I think there may be members on that committee who are simply there for a dog and pony show, who simply want to grandstand in front of the cameras. I hope not. That's inappropriate. And I'm going there in a serious matter to give them my views about how we're managing through a problem that's been created for the states by the federal government.
All right.
Well, I don't think sanctuary policy should exist. The very thought that we create a whole space in the United States where federal law is sort of ignored, that we require law enforcement agents to be antagonistic with the federal government. I think there's clearly a difference between the civil and criminal penalties. However, we cannot have whole spaces, be they cities like Chicago or states that try to impose their liberal will on locales. We can't have spaces like that in the United States. There's nothing inherently inhumane by having immigration laws. And a matter of fact, we don't have a nation. We don't have national security without not just the laws, but actual enforcement of those laws.